This video is good through Sunday, March 28th, 2010. Welcome to this installment of the Weekend Edition. We have a lot to go through, so hold on to your hats. We're going to start off here with the daily on the Dow. We're going to look at weekly and monthly on all major indices. Let's see where we're at. We've had a fantastic run in the markets. We come up in the Dow, little pullback, not much, and another huge rally. Again, this is on the daily. We have big time resistance coming up at 10, 6, 10. You can see that line coming across right here, and also 10, 7 to 5 right there. So those two areas I'm looking for a resistance to take place, and it's kind of nice here. Let me draw another trend line. If I were to go from this to this, you can see on a daily chart we're breaking the neckline right there. You can see that, so that should be pretty bullish on an inverted head and shoulder formation. So we pop up and we continue to stay bullish here, but we're starting to weaken due to being overextended. We are very extended here. Well, let's bring in the weekly. On the weekly, we've run up, 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 up. Look at this resistance we're in right here. It goes way back here, 10,830. 10,830 there. Come across is precisely about where we're at. We're at the 10,850 mark at this moment. And but that area is going to act as resistance. We have some support coming down here at 10,635. Coming across, we're up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 bars. Statistically speaking, that's a good run, and you don't see him go too much more than that. And there again, go back to all time frames and start counting bars and see how many times you get 6 in a row going up without any sort of pullback. And there we are on the weekly chart. And then let's go over here to the monthly chart. On the Dow, big run here. We're up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then we get a little pullback. And the pullback's really only 1 bar, maybe arguably 2, and then we're starting to run yet again. But look at this resistance we're coming into. This 10.85 is where we're at now. Well, that comes across right here. You can see major resistance back in the day, 2005. Coming across, and then after that we have the 11,000, which is an obvious area resistance. We got really close there this last week, and then over here in 2006 we have an area that should act as resistance as 11,175 area. So let's see how the markets pan out here. Let's go to the S&P. The S&P, we had this nice run taking place in the markets on the daily chart, but the thing that I did not like on Friday, well, let me say on Thursday we came up, 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 came crashing back down. We get a shooting star reversal pattern on top of having a bearish Harami pattern, and then we get this doji. Now we have this high base formation, so the high base by itself is bullish, but I don't like the fact that we closed with this doji below this trend line. Major support, and we close below it, gang. That's bad news. And here we have a bearish divergence taking place on the daily, and then I want to go over here and look at the weekly, and again I'm using e-signal here, and resistance, and look at this, we're not hitting that resistance. See how we're rolling over without getting up there and hitting that? It's a slowing of momentum taking place on the weekly, and that's trouble. You're up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 bars with what looks to be a shooting star type reversal formation. So if we were to drop below 1150, that would be pretty bad next week if we close below that 1150 mark. So be paying special attention to that area. Big time resistance right there at 12,000. And let's now bring in the monthly. And on the monthly chart, a huge run popped up over this 11,000. Now we're knocking at the door at 1166, or at least that's where we're at right now. We do have resistance at 1175. It comes across. You can see that right there. You can see it coming across right here, and that's just where we're at. That we do have some support, and this is major, gang. This 1150 area is huge, big time resistance. We popped through it. Resistance became support. Hangs up in that area. If we close below 1150 this next week, that could spell trouble. Let's go here to the NASDAQ. On the daily chart, big type rising wedge type formation, showing some weakness, building high base. So if it's going to get bullish, it needs to pop up here really soon, and to do it with some conviction. So let me get a line here. We have some big time area. Let's see, right at the 2450 area. 2450 should be resistance if we keep going up. But other than that, we're just kind of stuck in this area. Before I'd really feel comfortable going short, I would really need to get down here around this 2350 or below area. That would be good. But we do have some support coming up there. And let's take a look at the weekly. Here's the weekly. Look at this resistance area. Comes across right there. Resistance. That's at 2410 area is what it looks like to me. 2410. And then we have 2450 right up here. That should act as resistance. We have major support coming across. Boom, boom, boom. At the 2325 area. So here, look at this upper shadow. We're seeing a lot of these upper shadows. A lot of times those are telltale signs to bad things happening, because the bears yank it right back down. The bulls could not keep it up. And let's see here. Here's the monthly. Monthly. Come up, we come crashing down, a huge run. 2009 was just a huge bullish run. It shocked everyone. Very big surprise here. Look at this big V formation. The question is where will it finally hit its head and do a retracement, like we had here, or a retracement like we had here, or here, or here, or here. That's very often. You just don't go up forever. You have to have a retracement. And the question is when. The farther extended it gets, the more probable a retracement is. But look at this. Support, 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 resistance. We tagged it and dropped. Right here it's a 2395, and that is an area of resistance. And above that, 2470, big area of resistance. And an area of support, if it were to drop, is 2355. If we drop below 2350 this next week, that could be a problem for the overall markets. And there's your monthly. So there's your big review of the broad markets as a whole, and I just want to say thank you for being a part of free trading videos, and I would encourage each and every one of you to make sure that you keep a good record of each one of your trades for review, to look for weaknesses. The great thing to do is log down your trades, look at them on a weekend, and ask yourself, go back, bring your chart back to that time frame and say, what rules did you break? What was against you? Did you chase a stock? Were you bottom fishing? What were you doing? And if you made money and if you lost money, know what you did. Print off that chart and post it inside a journal. Write notes all over it. So keeping a journal is very important. Every business owner does that. Treat your trading like a business. Safe trading to you.